Hello guys, welcome back. So in this lecture, we are going to solve another problem of the sliding window. Okay, so here let me quickly zoom this a little bit so you guys can see clearly. So right now we have a question which says like count occurrences of anagram. Okay, so anagram is something which we have already worked on, right? So there you have to pass two strings and you need to find if the first string is anagram of second one or not. Okay, so this thing you have already worked on. If you're not aware of that, please go watch the anagram video. Okay, then you can continue on this lecture, because here we'll be using the anagram piece of code which we have already worked on in the previous lecture. Okay, so yeah, given a word and a text, and then return the count of occurrences of the anagram of the word in the text. Okay, so here what it means, like here it will be giving us a text input. Basically we have two parameters in a function. Okay, the first one is text and the other one is word. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to pass this long string, and then in the second parameter we have to pass this small string. Okay, and we have to find like how many occurrences of the anagram are there in the first string. Let's say you have passed got. Okay, so you have to check how many anagrams are available of this word in this long string. So right now it says like we have three occurrences. So let's see what are those. So we have got, so got is there. Okay, and then yeah, here we have otg. This is also an anagram of got, right? otg, right? And then OGT, this is also an anagram of GOT, if I'm not wrong. So as I can see, like we are getting those three occurrences here, right? So let's quickly jump into the solution and then let's quickly solve this question. Okay, so yeah, for this one, let's create a function. Let's say count anagrams. Okay, so here I have to pass first parameter as text, and then second parameter I have to pass as a word. Please ignore these errors because it doesn't matter right now. Okay, so I'll zoom this a little bit so you guys can see clearly what happens, right? So here what we have to do, with the help of like sliding window, how we can approach it. Okay, so first we have to create one window. Okay, and we have to create a counter variable which will keep track of the occurrences, right? So let's say we got two occurrences, so we have to keep track of two occurrences of the anagrams, right? For this word, let's say in the string we got just two occurrences, right? So we have to store them somewhere, right? So for that, let's create a variable, or let's make it count. Okay, so count equals to 0. Initially we'll set the count 0. So if we don't get any anagram, then we'll simply return 0. Okay, and then let's create a variable saying anagram. Okay, so this I'll store as empty string for now. Okay, I hope you guys can see it clearly. Okay, so the main goal is we have to pass this long string, we have to pass this string, and then inside of this string we have to see how many anagrams are there. Okay, for this string. You guys got the question, right? So that is what we are going to solve now. Okay, so let's run a for loop. Let I equals to 0, and how many loops we are going to learn. Like if you have watched the previous video, there we were restricting the loops, right, at some point. So I is smaller than word dot length. Okay, so here we have the length of word is 3, so we are not going to loop more than this word's length. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind, otherwise the window will go outside of the text, right? If you remember, I have already explained in the previous video. Okay, here I'll just solve the question, like how you can approach it. Okay, so now what I'll do, let's see like how many loops are running right now. Okay, let's see I. Okay, uh, for that I think I have to frame it here with this text and then this word. Okay, so let's cut it. You guys can see my screen, I hope, because it's not that much small right now. Okay, so let's quickly call it here and then 0 1 2. Okay, great. So it is running for first three iterations only, right? We have restricted it to 3 because the window size is 3, right? Because this only we are going to consider as the window. Okay, so we are not going to run more than 3 times. Okay, so what I am planning to do is we will take pair of three like characters. Okay, and then we will slide the window. So we will create a window of 3 characters and then we will move on to the next window which will take 3 characters and then we will move on to the next window which will take 3 characters. Okay, and then next. So this way we will check for each window how many anagrams are available. Okay, so yeah, so right now we are looping it for 3 times. Let's concatenate them. Okay, plus equals to uh, text at position I. Okay, because in the this string only we are going to like access those words, right? So let's see so far what we got. Anagram. Okay, so I think let me clear it. Okay, GGOGOT. So this is the final word which we got from the first string. Okay, so as you can see, this is the anagram of this one, right? Because this is the exact same word we are getting. So what I will do next, let's remove this console log. Okay, so I'll quickly check if the word which we have passed is anagram. Okay, then what I will do, I'll simply increment the counter by 1 like this. Okay, so for that we need to have an anagram function, right? And we have already implemented an anagram function, so let's quickly use it. I think it will be here somewhere. Let me quickly search it. Okay, so okay, we got one solution here in is anagram. I think this is the one. Okay, let's copy it. Let's not think twice. Okay, I'm copying this whole function and I'm going to paste it. You can paste it down there, down here, or you can paste it like above that one. Okay, that doesn't matter at all. Okay, so yeah, we have our anagram function ready. This we can make use of, right? So if you want, let me quickly stretch my screen so you guys can see the anagram solution as well quickly. So I'll remove these console logs. Frequency counter 1, we are creating 2 objects, and then basically string 1 and string 2 we are tracking the frequencies of the characters in the string. Okay, and we are storing them into the frequency counter 1 and frequency counter 2 accordingly. Okay, and then what we are doing, let's remove this console log. We are checking if the key in frequency counter 1, if it is available in frequency counter 2 and the frequencies are also same. Okay, then only we are returning true, otherwise we are returning false. Okay, so this function is purely to check anagram. Okay, so let's make use of it. If it is an anagram, so here I'll pass this anagram text as a first parameter, and then in the second parameter I'll pass the word which we are getting as a second input. Okay, so let's first quickly check. Before doing this one, let's quickly check what we are getting actually. Okay, so let's see this one. Let me quickly shrink the screen. Okay, so yeah, let me clear it. Then okay, this is because we haven't console logged it. Apologize for that. Console.log. Okay, now let's see. Let me clear it. Okay, so we are getting true. That means this anagram, this text is an anagram, right? And we have already seen what is this text. Okay, and what we are, let's password as well. So yeah, now let's clear it. This time thing I'll remove in the next lecture, right? Because this is so annoying. So yeah, in anagram we are getting GOT, and word we are getting GOT. So that is why our is anagram function is returning true. So we can make use of it, right? So if we are getting any anagram, okay, of the anagram string which we have framed and the word which we are getting, so we will increment the counter by 1. Otherwise what we will do, we will simply run another for loop, okay. And this time here is the thing you guys need to see like with little attention, right? So I'll run a for loop now. Let I equals to 1. I'll not run it from the 0th index again, okay. Because what we have to do, we have to basically slide the window every time, right, by one character, okay. This time I'll run it to the text dot length. I is smaller than text dot length, and then I plus plus, okay. So yeah, here what I am trying to do is I want to slide the window, okay. So for that what I will do, I'll simply use like a substring of this anagram string, okay. So dot substring, and here I'll just pass 1, okay. So what it will give me, it will give me, let's say you have a word, where is the example, let's say you have a word got, okay. So from O till rest of the string it will give me a piece of that string, right? So this is going to be the substring, and then in this ot we will add another character which is x, okay. And then we will simply pick t. So it will be something like this. Let me show you, okay. So let me quickly remove the autosave because it will keep on loading and I don't want that, okay. So how we are going to slide our window is, so first word we got got, okay. Second word, if we use substring from the first index then we will get ot, okay. And since we are running the loop from the first iteration, so in the text at the second position, text at the first position 0 1, we will get o, right? So it will be something like we will remove the G, and then we will add O, sorry, O, okay. And then we will remove the O, and then we will add this X, okay. So this way, okay. And then we will use these two characters like this, and then we will add another X, okay. This way we are going to slide the window of 3 characters because the size of the window is 3, right? Because the word which we are getting here is of length 3. So we have created a window of 3, like length 3, okay. So those 3 characters we are going to, those 3 characters window we are going to slide, okay. So it will be sliding something like this, okay. So this is the idea of like what I am going to approach right now. So let me quickly enable the autosave again, okay. So here on every iteration I want to add text at position I, okay. And then I will store it in the what to say, anagram string, okay. So here what will happen, we are sliding the window of 3 characters, we are updating our anagram string, okay. And let me show you how. Let's add a console log here. See, if you're not understanding any problem, okay, if you're not understanding any solution, what you should do, you should add as much as console logs as you can to see every detailed information, okay. Then only you will become a sound coder if you know the every step internally how it is working, okay, how all the things are working together. Then only you can solve the question, then only you can understand it properly, right? So this is a kind of hack we use, right? So I'm showing you guys right now. So let's say, let's comment this thing for timing. Right now we have anagram string, okay. And then what we are going to do, we are going to pick a substring of it, okay. So I'll add the console log current anagram. Okay, and then uh, substring of that anagram. Let's add a little arrow and then substring, and then we will see what we are getting at text at position I. Okay, text in current position. Okay, and then we will see the index as well. I apologize for that huge thing, guys. That is some VS Code extension, I think. So I can't do anything in that. I'll figure out like from where it is coming, so I'll fix it in case if I figured out. Okay, so yeah, right now what we will do, we will console log everything and we will see like what we are getting right now. Okay, so let's call the same function again, uncaught constant variable. We are using any constant variable, it seems. So count is 0. Okay, count should not be like constant, right? Because we are updating here. So initially I used to set all the variables as const, and then I like, if the variable is getting manipulated, then only I switch it to let. So that is how I used to do. That's why it was const. Okay, so let me stretch it a little bit right now. So current anagram we got as a substring is OT. Okay, and then OT which we are getting from the GOT anagram. Okay, so current anagram is GOT, the substring is OT. Okay, so OT is basically because of this part. So we are taking the first index and till the rest of the string. Okay, in that GOT anagram string. Okay, and then the text in the current position we have is 0. Okay, so this is basically I think, yeah. So the second index, the first index is 0, right? Because we are iterating from the first index onwards, right? So the first index is 0, then second index will be 1, like T, X, X, O, T, and so on. Okay. So yeah, now the current index is 0. Now the current index, have I not passed the index or like, okay, that's my bad. Let's use the index, right? I think copied accidentally like the text. Okay, no worries, let's see again. Let me stretch a little bit more so you guys can see clearly. Okay, so yeah, here let's start from the index 1. So here we have index 1, the current element in this long string we have is O, and then we are moving to the next indexes basically. Okay, and then on each iteration we are getting next character, right? O, T, X, X, O, T, and so on and so forth, right? Up till this T, which is the last character of this string. Okay, so right now in the second for loop we are starting from here and we are iterating till here. Okay, and then we are simply replacing this substring. We are picking the first two of it and then we are adding one last character of it. Okay, so the idea is we have created one window, right? We will enumerate the first character, we will inject the next character. We will enumerate the first character, we will inject the next character. Okay, and that is what we are doing here. Okay, so right now you will see OT. Now let me show you the sliding window part of it. Okay, so right now everywhere you are getting just OT, right? And here you are getting all the characters. Here you are getting the number like current index, right? So let's make it work. So let's uncomment this thing. Okay, and then let's see the anagrams right now. Anagram window. Okay, so I have already shown you all the information here. Right now we are going to see the anagram window, like how I am creating that anagram window. Okay, so I'm just console logging. What I'm doing, I'm picking the substring and then I'm adding the text at position I in that particular substring. Okay, so this code is basically eliminating the first character and then adding the next character into the substring. Okay, in simple words. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay, as you can see, let me quickly, I think it's not required. We'll remove the console logs later, right? So yeah, here we have called that function. The first anagram window is OTO. Okay, because here we are getting OT and then we are passing O. Okay, so it is OTO. Now in the second window we are getting OTO. Okay, here from this one we are eliminating O. Now it becomes 2 and we are adding T at the end. So it becomes TOT. TO from this string and T from the next iteration. Okay. Now again for the second iteration, the third iteration, we will get TOT, right? So from this TOT, we will basically eliminate this T, we'll pick OT and then we will add X. So it become OTX. Okay. So this way our window is moving towards the end of this string. Short and simple. Okay. So I'll keep these logs there. So you guys can basically, I don't know why I've closed it. So you guys can basically understand all these steps, what is going on. Okay, but for time being I'll comment it. Okay, because this thing is so annoying for me at least. Okay, so let's comment it quickly. So yeah, right now we have the window which contains the three characters which are moving towards the end of the array, right? So now all remaining is right now to check if the particular anagram string is actually an anagram or not. Okay, I'll simply copy this code. I'll not even think twice, right? So in each iteration we are just going to check if the particular string which we formed here is an anagram or not. If it is an anagram, then we are simply going to increment the value, otherwise we are simply going to ignore it. Okay, yeah, so now at the end uh, 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 hmm, at the end we are simply going to return the count. Okay, so let's format it. Okay, I think I have removed the console log, guys. I apologize for that, but I'll add it later, don't worry. Okay, so yeah, let's quickly see our working solution. If you want, you can see the solution right now. This is not the one, this is the one. Okay, so here we are using these things I've already explained, and then in the second for loop what we are doing, we are basically moving the window towards the end of the array and then we are checking if it is anagram or not. If it is anagram, then we are simply incrementing the count value, otherwise we are returning the value. Okay, so now let's run this function, and before that what was expected here, we have to pass this string and it should give us 3, right? The second word will be this, so let's see how it goes. Okay, so got and it is giving us 3. Okay, and right now the anagram window is like this: OTO, TOT, OTX, TXX, TXXO, and so on and so forth. Okay, so it got 3 anagrams, so that is what it returned at the end. Okay, so yeah, this is how you guys should approach, because not every time you will get the exact same thing. You cannot use the exact same pattern in the problem set. Sometimes you have to use your mind and you have to mold the pattern according to your problem statement. Okay, so maybe it doesn't look like a sliding window, but it is in a sliding window, right? Because here we are sliding the window. So basically here we are creating one window and here we are sliding that window. Okay, so this is how it goes. So yeah, this is it for this lecture. I'll attach the link of this code, is working code, in the description. Make sure to check your description and then you can get this snippet. So in next lecture, let's study about a new problem solving pattern. So see you there.